Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Elyse Andrews and I make videos every Tuesday talking about my post-grad stresses and successes. In today's video though, we're taking it back to pre-grad whenever I was in college, and I'm going to tell you how I organized my life. So for a bit of background, I studied at Trinity University and I majored in art, communication, and Spanish. So with a triple major and also being heavily involved in my sorority, holding leadership positions throughout my time in college, and also having a part-time job, which was an internship, and trying to keep a social life, I had to really make an effort to organize my time and get through college. So yeah, in this video, I'm gonna share what tools I used to organize my life and how I did it. And I'll also tell you how I handled everything, give you some tips and tricks. So the first important thing to organizing your life in college is having a really good organizational system. I personally use Google Calendar and a bullet journal. I liked having two different systems, one digital and one physical, because I like the digital aspect of being able to rearrange things very easily and be able to add things on my computer and access it everywhere. But I liked having the physical bullet journal so I could kind of plan everything out, and the physical act of doing it really helps to cement things in your mind. So I'm gonna get into how I use those. So the next thing you're gonna wanna do is figure out your obligations. For me, that was school, sorority, my internship, as well as maintaining a social life. And sometimes other things would come up like internship applications or grad school applications, and I would just adjust based off of that. So how did I use my organizational system? Well, first I would, at the beginning of the semester, get into Google Calendar and I would get my syllabus and enter all of my dates. Everyone will tell you to do this because they're right. I think that this is pretty much the best thing for everyone to do, and add everything in, and it'll be great for changing in some times and dates if your teacher cancels class or pushes a test back or something like that. It's really adjustable. So definitely first thing you do, go in and add in all of your dates, because for me, if it wasn't on Google Calendar, it was not going to happen. So it wouldn't happen. There's no space in my brain to hold my schedule. So I needed to have the calendar set up to put in all of my dates. And another tip for Google Calendar is to turn on notifications and set it so that it reminds you 10 minutes before the class or the event. I would also suggest having calendars for different parts of your life. Like I had one for my sorority, one for my academics, and also I had a separate calendar that was just through my internship with them. So the next thing that I would do after all of that is, on a weekly basis, pretty much every Thursday, I would write out the plan for the next week. And I did this using my bullet journal, and I'll include some footage of me doing this or just showing you some of my old spreads. But bullet journaling doesn't have to be so crazy and creative and extra as you'll see on Pinterest, but it's really, it's what you want to make out of it. So I like being a little creative with mine, but not too fancy. And really for this, I would do each of the dates of the week in a little box on a calendar view. And then I would like to go in and write down tasks and then personal tasks. So tasks would be for academics, for homework, things like that. And then the personal tasks would be to fill a prescription or to write a thank you note to someone. And again, using these two methods really helped to cement in my brain exactly what I had to do that week, and I was very prepared. How did I handle everything? 3 majors, leadership roles in my sorority, work, and just trying to be a college kid enjoying life. Here are a few tips and things that I did. I figured out what time I work best. So for me, I cannot really do any academic work, honestly, past 5 or 6 p.m. is really hard for me to focus. So for me, my art was what I could do in the evenings. So I really dedicated a lot of my evening time during the week to spending time in the studio. And I got to hang out with a lot of my friends in there too, so it was great. And all of my other academic work would go to more of the mornings or Sundays, which let's get into Sundays. So again, this is another one of those things that just works for me. It might work for you too, but I know that this definitely is not everyone's cup of tea. But what I like to do in college is I would try and get all of my homework done for the week on Sundays. So I would literally work for probably 9 to 10 hours on Sundays, sometimes Saturdays too. And I would try and get every single thing done for the week. I did not like having to get assignments done during my busy weeks where I would have sorority events or other academic lectures that I had to attend. I just had a lot of things come up in the evenings. I went to a lot of events whenever I was in school, so I like to have my free time during my weekdays and the evenings to do what I want to do. So I also changed my mindset a little bit so that my weeks started on Sundays and my weekends were kind of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And so I just kind of changed how I set up my weekends and my week, and it just kind of made sense in my brain for me. I felt like I was getting a head start on Sundays. And another thing that I would suggest is if you're able to change around your schedule, which probably won't happen until you're a senior or something. I don't know how it is at your school, but I was able to have Mondays be a completely free day off by my senior year, which was really, really important to me because if I had some extra work I didn't finish on Sunday, or if I just needed to schedule a doctor's appointment, I would not let myself have classes or have work on Mondays, even though that would have made my load a lot easier throughout the rest of the week. I really valued having that day off on Mondays. So yeah, but that's more of a probably junior, senior level thing you can pull off. Another suggestion would be to take advantage of the small gaps that you have in between your classes. It might be different, going onto campus with the whole pandemic happening. But for me, I would have a gap in between classes freshman year, and I would force myself to go to the library during that period of time. And it was just kind of a ritual for me. And even if I didn't get any homework done, I just had to go into the library, find myself a little cubicle and sit there, and oftentimes it would really encourage me to work, but if not, it was just a nice break that I got to spend by myself. Also, you can take advantage of these little breaks in between classes to socialize and hang out with your friends. That was one way that I really balanced my social life with everything and incorporated socializing into the rest of my schedule, because my friends from my sorority primarily would sit on this couch in Coates, which was my favorite place, and we would all just kind of talk for a long time and hang out. And we had that couch be like our place. So I really enjoyed having that, and it helped me stay social and up to date with everyone. But freshman year, also, I would sometimes go and nap during these breaks, and while that was great, I think it would have been a better use of my time, and I would have slept better at night if I had just skipped the nap and gone to get some homework done. And I also would try to get ahead whenever I could, just because I'm someone who likes to get ahead. I'm filming a lot of videos this week, so I can get ahead just because I like the feeling of it. And the last thing I want to talk about is to quit something if it is too much for you. Don't be afraid to open up your schedule, and also be very aware of what obligations you're adding into your schedule. As a freshman, maybe it is tempting to join a lot of clubs and get really involved on campus, which is super great and you should, but there might be a time by the end of freshman year when you have to cut some things off and you're realizing that you're gonna get stressed and overwhelmed next. So yeah, and also, but if you don't want to quit things, it's really important to ask for help. I have found that a lot of people will give you help and they want to help you, and a lot of people don't ask for it. So this system, this time management method, is kind of what I use throughout all of college, and it was really helpful to me, and I made it through, and I've graduated and I'm here now. I still don't have a job, but a lot of people don't, so we're working on it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you like this kind of video, if I can give you any more college wisdom. I think I'm gonna make a video about being a triple major coming up soon, and also my grad school application process. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe, all that, and have a wonderful day. Bye.